Oh my gosh, this might be one of the most surreal moments I've ever had as a roller coaster enthusiast. Being here at Carowinds in Charlotte, North Carolina, and technically Fort Mill, South Carolina. This right here is the line right behind me. So right now I'm in South, now I'm in North. It's crazy. It's literally just in both states. Okay, so this park right now that we're in, Carowinds, is a place I've heard so much about over the years, particularly their standout coasters, Fury, and of course the new for 2019 Copperhead Strike. You got Afterburn, Intimidator. These big four I hear a lot about. There's still like a really good filler lineup after that too, but particularly Fury, I'm just like freaking out over riding. We're definitely gonna do that first, but still, I'm just so happy to be here. Again, this is a park I've heard so much about over the years just because it's apparently an amazing park, an amazing Cedar Fair park, and it's so well taken care of, and so I truly cannot wait to explore this park for my first time. It's my first time in the Carolinas, first time at this park, and it's just gonna be an amazing experience today. So join me today in this vlog. Weather's already looking way better than I thought it was gonna be. Obviously, this is in the middle of Tropical Storm Elsa, which was supposed to devastate, Florida and Georgia, but it should have gotten a little bit into Charlotte, but turns out it's overcast today, and the weather's looking a lot better than we expected, which is great news for us because it means we'll be able to ride the coasters right away. So yeah, we're so excited for today. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's dig right in, baby. Let's go. My God, Fury 325, 3 rides, did it once in the front, then did it again in the back, twice, and what the heck was that? That was insanity. I cannot believe the speed, I cannot believe the forces. She loved it.
I love it so much. It's like, it's definitely in my top 3. I can't choose between this and anything else. I can't. I love it so much. I can't.
That's incredible. It's a literal full package.
I'm completely in love with it.
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
guys love it, but I'm like in love.
Yeah, I know. She's obsessing over it. I think she's like still split between that and i305. I'll say for me personally, I think Intimidator 305 is absolutely going to come out on top of my rankings, but I do think that this is a very strong runner-up. It's probably my 5th favorite coaster overall right now. I put it above X2, I think, and just behind El Toro, which is number 4 currently. And that is an incredible statement that it's able to be that high in my rankings. Absolute incredible ride. Loved Fury 325. Made the visit worth it in itself, even though we did like 5 hours of driving from King's Dominion, 2.5 last night, and then 2.5 this morning. Made it all worth it. That was incredible, and we're gonna come back to it later and do some more rides because we can't get enough of it, quite frankly. But first, there's like 13 other credits to get at this park. I think right now we're gonna do Hurler right behind me, aka Untwisted Timbers, because this is basically what Twisted Timbers was before it was RMC'd at King's Dominion. It was the exact same ride, known as Hurler, and yeah, so we're gonna check it out. I don't really have high expectations for it, quite frankly. I don't hear the best things about it, but I do think that it'll be interesting to ride because yesterday, we just rode the RMC'd version and absolutely loved it. So we're gonna see the potential that this one has to get RMC'd and how amazing that would be with that layout. So let's go check it out. Alright, so I just got off of Hurler, and that actually was not as bad as I expected. It's very smooth. The park is taking great care of it. It is kind of boring, definitely after the first half, it really dies down in speed. but you get a couple good floater moments on the first couple hills following that turn and drop. So, you know, it's a fine ride. I definitely think it has a lot of RMC potential, though. They could do something great with that. Hopefully not like a clone of Twisted Timbers, but something still equally as good and on that same caliber of ride. We're gonna head on to Carolina. Cyclone next, an aero looper that actually just received Vortex's old trains, which is really, really, really cool. I honestly love that they reuse them, and I think it's a great way to repurpose history. But yeah, I'm gonna head on to Carolina Cyclone. Let's do it. Up next, we're doing Vortex, but I wanted to quickly throw in a review for Carolina Cyclone since we also just rode that. Couldn't review it right when I got off because there was copyright music all around me, but it was a fine ride. It was pretty smooth for an aero, but I will say that I noticed that it was quite similar in the first half to Canyon Blaster at the Adventure Dome, obviously with the exception that it's an outdoor ride and not an indoor ride. But by that I mean same drop, same double loop, and then same airtime hill turn, and then double corkscrew. From there, they're different a little bit, but that's basically it. But the only difference is that this one runs a lot slower through the elements. Canyon Blaster's a powerhouse. So next up, credit 308.
Secure your restraint and remain seated while keeping your hands, arms, and feet inside the car at all times.
Just rode Vortex. Going into that, I was a bit nervous because I did hear, like, yeah, it's one of the original B&Ms and it's pretty rough. And this ride actually has built up a reputation for being a really terrible ride. In terms of Vortex, it was actually much better than I expected. We rode in the front row and it's actually a fairly smooth ride. Actually, it's a pretty smooth ride. Yeah, it's not a problem at all in that department. I think that the reason this gets hate is because it's a stand-up and you can't ignore that factor. But I think if they convert it to a floorless, this could be like a ride that a lot of people think is at least okay. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It was basically just for the credit, but I walked away thinking it was actually pretty solid and kind of kick-ass. So, I mean, I liked it. Just rode my 5th B&M Hyper, Intimidator, and what I'll say about it is that Skylar has like the worst B&M Hyper opinions of all time. Skylar, do you want to tell them your crazy hot take?
Nitro, best B&M Hyper, then this, then Candemonium.
She likes Nitro and Intimidator over Candemonium. That is horrible. This is compared to Candemonium, but it's still a really, really good ride. It has some good airtime, and it's not as bad as a lot of people say. I'll say that. Like, the nickname Intimidator is not super valid. It wasn't trimming that hard after all. I'm glad to have ridden it, but it wasn't the best in terms of B&M Hypers, but still a great ride overall. Just got off of Copperhead Strike in the back row, and that was actually fantastic. It's as good as I was hoping for, and I had really high hopes for that ride. I think Mock did an excellent job with that. Really well themed for a Cedar Fair coaster too. Obviously the launches are not going to be anything too special, but other than that, all the elements were executed fantastic actually. They all flowed together perfectly, which is actually one of my favorite things about that ride is just the sheer sequencing and pacing I think is excellent, especially with getting all that hang time. That's some of the only hang time I really, really like because you only have that lap bar, kind of like full throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So yeah, great ride, highly recommend it. We're gonna head on to Afterburn now, B&M invert, and I love the Batwing on Montu, and this has a Batwing, so the only other B&M invert that has one, so I'm super excited to ride it. I'm definitely expecting a pretty good ride out of it, so let's head on. Just rode Afterburn in the back, and oh my gosh, that was incredible.
Yeah, that was really good. That was definitely my new favorite invert. The pacing was really good. It was super fast, super intense. Yeah. I think it was very good. New favorite invert. I don't know what else to say.
The coaster kids loved it. That's a plus in my book. Yeah, that was great. That was almost Montu level. That was so intense and so well paced, and I think it's an excellent ride. And I'm actually torn for whether I prefer that or Copperhead. That's how good this is. Both have masterful layouts though, and they're both incredible. But wow, that was absolutely fantastic and better than I was expecting, to be honest. It's my second favorite B&M invert for sure. Great ride. We're gonna head on to Nighthawk now because it reopened after being down all day, and so we're finally gonna get on that thing. Let's do it. Okay, we just got off of Nighthawk. That is one of the most underrated roller coasters I have ever ridden.
I would not consider it good, but it's not as bad as people have said. I would say it's like slightly worse than fucking Batwing, but...
Skylar, do you like Batwing or this more? Like,
I honestly don't really remember. I feel like this is like the same experience I had on Batwing, so honestly, they're pretty much the same in my book.
I don't get it. I thought it was fun. I know Sammy didn't really say that it was good, but I actually thought it was good. It's one of my favorite coasters here behind the Big Four. I'd probably say this is 5th or 6th in the park, to be honest. That was a super fun ride. It's not rough at all. The transitions can be a bit awkward, but as long as you're bracing for them, they're not that bad. I think the flying sensation is awesome. It's just as great as on the B&M Flyers. Some of those elements are actually really intense, and yeah, it's just a fun ride. I don't get the hate, honestly. Like, I had people DMing me before riding saying, brace yourself, get ready, like this is one of the worst rides ever, but that was really not bad, man. I don't get that at all. I mean, we all have that coaster that we just don't get the hate for, and I think this is honestly my pick for that. And this actually just makes me more excited for Batwing at Six Flags America, which I'm riding in a couple days. I am now more stoked for that ride than I ever have been, because if that was that good, then I think Batwing's gonna be even better, because that's the general consensus. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, honestly, a super fun ride. Also off camera, we've done quite a little bit in terms of credits. We got the Vekoma Hang and Bang Kitty Hawk, which is right next door to Nighthawk, hence the name. We also got the 2 coasters in the kids section, Camp Snoopy or Planet Snoopy or whatever it's called, which by the way is an excellent kids area. So that has Woodstock Express and Wilderness Run. We actually were not supposed to be getting Wilderness Run because apparently you have to have a kid if you're over 60 inches, but the write-up was awesome, and we told them that like we're coaster enthusiasts that count credits, and he was like, yeah, we'll let you on, no problem, and it was just a great guy overall. Woodstock, by the way, was also pretty fun. That was probably smoother than the King's Dominion one. And also earlier we walked by Ricochet and it wasn't open, and now it appears that it is open, so it looks like we're going to be getting part completion today. We almost have all the credits. We just need Ricochet, the Mine Train, the Boomerang, and I think that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, we're doing great, honestly, with time and everything, and weather has been working out so well for us. As you can see, it's super sunny in the sky, just really nice clouds that are just covering the sun for us, making us feel great. And honestly, it's just been a perfect day here at Carowinds, and much better than I was expecting, because the weather forecast has been saying for the longest time that it was going to be pretty miserable today in terms of like rain and lightning and all that stuff. But it turns out Charlotte's not really that affected by Tropical Storm Elsa, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, super fun ride. We're gonna head on to the next credits, and I probably won't be getting the Mine Train on camera because I just don't think it's relevant enough, but I'll get the Boomerang on camera, and I'll also get Ricochet on camera, and then we're just gonna marathon Fury for the rest of the day. So yeah, almost done with the vlog, but hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a pretty fun one. So Ricochet was all right. I came to realize that it's actually not the same layout as Apple's Apple at King's Dominion, which we did yesterday. That one starts off with a big drop before the hairpin turns. This one doesn't have a big drop, which I guess is kind of a downside because I do like the big drops on the Wild Mice that have them. But it was still a fine Wild Mouse, and it rode pretty smooth considering its model, so that was good. Just a fine ride. I will say it's kind of interesting that we've been riding Wild Mouse coasters every day for the past 3 days. We started at Hershey Park, then King's Dominion, then Carowinds. So, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have done that, ridden a Wild Mouse 3 days in a row, different ones, but I mean, it's kind of interesting when you think about it. Well, there we have it. 14 out of 14 credits have been acquired here at Carowinds. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to get full park completion today, but I'm very pleased that we did. Goes to show how incredibly well managed this park is by Cedar Fair. Truly a wonderful park. I do think I like things like King's Dominion more, actually. I definitely think that park is prettier and has a bit more charm to it. But this is still a wonderful, wonderful park. So glad I got to make it out here. Obviously, it's not easy to get to on a road trip. It's pretty out there, but definitely worth coming out, especially for Fury, which we're going to keep on lapping right now, actually. So with that, I'm going to end out the vlog here at Carowinds. What do you think of Carowinds?
I love it. It's not as good as like King's Dominion, and everyone said it would be better, so I'm kind of like confused. But it's definitely not bad. I love it. I love it so much. It's just not as good as King's Dominion.
Yeah,
But
I completely
it's a really good
agree.
park.
I
It's really
completely agree. I'm not even going to say I'm underwhelmed, even though I did kind of expect maybe a little tiny bit better. I'm not even going to say I'm underwhelmed because I still think the park is absolutely fantastic. So it didn't take away from the experience at all. So we're going to get frozen yogurt and then lap Fury for the rest of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I'll try to talk over this copyright music so that way this video doesn't get taken down. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.